All right, joining us now is Alamogordo Tigers boys basketball as they're getting ready to begin their season next Tuesday against Deming on the road, middle of the afternoon Tuesday game. Don't get a lot of those throughout the season, so look forward to that. And beginning his second season at the head of Tiger basketball is Coach Jeremy. Coach, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having us. Appreciate you, Charles.
And, of course, we've also got Coach James Bowman here as well. Coach, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Charles. Again, thanks for having us here, and we're happy to see you back here too. With basketball season's here, we're ready to see you up in the booth for us.
Hey, I'm glad I'm still here every time that works out that way. So they haven't managed to get rid of me yet. So
nor should they.
Well, thank you. First off, I mean, Coach, heading into year two, having and you got to spend a good portion of the summer with them in your first year as well, right? I mean, you were hired now or not?
I was hired late. Yeah, I got here in August. Summer was already over. School was already a weekend when I got hired.
That's right. Okay. Obviously, now you have had a full summer with a lot of these young men. They got to go and travel and do some various things. Your mentality going into year two?
We put building blocks together as a team. We had 90% of our team is returning, 3 graduates, and with the addition of Davion Smith coming back home with us. Great summer. A lot of these guys got to work out with us. Most of the summer got to go to Artesia. We took the entire varsity with us and got to put in some new stuff. We modified a few things, brought in our standard defense that we're going to be running moving forward. We didn't get to do that last year. The Bowman creation, the Coach Nee creation combined together. So basically what we have is we have a bunch of guys on this varsity that are locked arm in arm. And our motto this year is #together. And they show that in practice. They show that in workouts. They show that even in open gym. I mean, sometimes they're such a cohesive unit. We put on music in the background while they're playing open gym pickup ball, and a song comes on. They just stop playing and dancing together and having a good time. It is literally a close-knit family with a bunch of teenagers that you don't see very often, because too often we all have our own agendas as a youth and where we want to do here, here, and here. But we know that our success this season is dependent on each other as one unit, one team, one one heartbeat. And I think these guys have bought into that. Most of them were with me this summer working hard. And I'll be honest, it's hard not to smile about the excitement we have for this season. Again, we can talk about expectations. Every team in the state is 0-0 right now. But with our outwork everyone mentality and what these building blocks we put in place just to tweak the 90% that return, we're excited.
Got a little bit ahead of myself. First, we want to introduce the 6 seniors that you got here with you. Go ahead and tell us who you brought with you tonight.
Okay, I'm going to go in numeric order by jersey so everybody can know these gentlemen when they get on the court this coming Saturday for Tiger Madness at 4:30. Throw that out there early. JonHenry, Sifuentes, number 1. Also tonight we have Davion Smith, number 3. We have Shawn Stubblefield, number 10. Christian Surpris, number 15. And then Zach Sell, number 30. And then 17 varsity letterman returner Brett George, number 32.
Okay, very good. How's everybody doing today? Good?
Good. Doing very good. Doing very good.
Very good. Coach, I mean, you've obviously seen this whole group pretty much their entire high school career. Is it kind of fun to see this group become seniors and head into this final year?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've had JonHenry, Davion, and Brett since they were in 8th grade in the program. So, it's kind of. It's one of those bittersweet things where, it's like, I saw them when they were, growing up, and I've actually watched them grow up throughout all of high school. And, I'm very excited to see them, the senior year and going through it and everything like that. And, of course, Shawn and Zach and Christian, they came into the programs and things like that. And they've made a big impact onto the program and the community and everything like that. I mean, these guys are just it's a great group of seniors, and it's every year a coach has to say goodbye to, a certain senior class and things like that. And, this one, I've had a couple difficult ones, that I've had to say goodbye to. And, this one's going to be a difficult one too. But I keep telling them, hey, let's try to say goodbye in the right way this year and go out the way we want to go out instead of other ways that people want us to go out. So, it's exciting. We're locked and loaded. We're ready to go. It's going to be a fun year.
Brett, we'll get you up on the mic there first. But yeah, I gave you the one that's probably the tallest because I know you'll be able to handle that. Okay. Can you believe it's your senior year? I mean, they were talking about it, 17-year senior, stuff like that. Obviously, you spent a lot of time with this program. Is it exciting for it to be your senior year?
Yeah, it definitely went by quick. Went by a flash. Remember, being in 8th grade, being told that I should try out. To now, it's like, wow, it's my last year. I had my last tryouts, last open gyms, and just ready to get the season going.
All right. Talk about a little stuff, some of the things you've been working on in the off season, and maybe some things you've been trying to improve on going into the year.
I think the off season I really focused on weight training. not only for basketball but baseball. I also worked on my shot a lot this summer, and I think Coach Nee has seen it. Also worked on, handling the ball a little bit better, and I think those are the main things that I worked on were my shot, weightlifting, and ball handling.
All right, very good. Zach, I mean, obviously we've seen you over soccer and various things, but I tell you what, it was really fun to watch you in basketball last year because I didn't even know you played basketball, and you came out there and became I thought a pretty important part of the varsity team last year. So now going into this year, you feeling a little higher level of confidence with the basketball this season?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like I'll be getting more minutes and definitely a lot more confident.
Yeah. Okay. What are some of the things you feel like you've been working on to improve on your game? Because obviously you've transitioned now from soccer into basketball. What have you been working on with basketball?
Definitely still working on it, but trying to use my right hand more and shooting.
All right, very good. Shawn, heading into your senior year, obviously you're looking forward to being out there, and what have you been focusing on the offseason and try to...
What I've been focusing on the offseason more on my offense. Defense is kind of there. I'm still improving it, like getting the best I can be. Offense, working on ball handling, shooting, just about that.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to go do the summer workout?
Yes, I was able to do the chance for the summer workout. Also went back to my hometown, get some work in too with my cousin. So I'm looking forward for the season this year.
Where was your hometown? Where did you get to go work at?
Chicago.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Very cool. That's exciting. Cool. We welcome Davion Smith back into the fold. We got to see him a lot as an 8th grader, and a 9th grader, and then, of course, went and played a couple seasons over at Mayfield, then back down to Alamogordo. First of all, talk about your excitement to be back in black and gold.
I'm happy to be back home, for sure. I missed all my friends and family that was here that supported me. I got, a lot of support here, and it felt good as soon as I came back that everybody welcomed me with open arms, and it felt like I never left. And I thank everybody who did take me in right away. Nobody had no grudges or nothing. It was just all love as soon as I came back.
Yeah, it was fun competition when Alamo Mayfield last couple of seasons.
Not last year, not in the game we lost at home when he hit those 3 shots in the last 3 minutes. No.
I would say Davion was a monster at the end of that game. So now we want to see a monster for Alamogordo this year.
Of course. It's going to be a great year. Like Coach said, it's going to be exciting. There's no frowns, anything negative. It's just all positive with this team right here that we have.
All right. Talk about some of the things you've been trying to work on heading into your new season.
This year, I'm trying to work on creating more for my teammates. Definitely trying to get some kind of assist record up there on the boards because I know I'm not no cocky. I know I can score the ball, but I want to be able to show people that I can pass the ball too and not be a selfish player.
Okay, very cool. We're excited to see that.
Appreciate it.
All right, JonHenry, first of all, you switched to number 1 this year. Was that a choice for you? Because, you were 5 last year. Is that something you wanted, number 1, or...?
I was switching things up.
Okay. Just a new number. There was no reason behind it at all.
New year, new me.
Okay. Well, talk a little about
new position.
Did you get a chance to work basketball in the summer and go to some of the travel stuff? Or?
Yeah, I was here all summer and even went to our teachers. So.
What are some of the things you think you picked up on, and what do you feel like you're improving on going into the new season?
Definitely how to read a defender. We definitely went through IQ points all summer and stuff like that, and the conditioning and the weightlifting helped a lot too. So yeah.
Okay, very good. Christian, obviously came off a strong year last year, got a lot of good minutes out there, and also coming off of football. How's the transition been from football to basketball? You feel stronger going into the year?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Talk a little about your game and where do you feel like you are. What are some of the things that maybe coaches were hoping you'd improve on or you were trying to improve on this season?
I was really trying to improve on my ball handling and IQ and my confidence. I think football gave me my confidence, but I really worked on my ball handling. When I went to the summer workouts, and even when I was at home, I just dribble a ball around my house. I get in trouble for it, but
you just try to do the soft dribbling, right? Try to make too much noise. All right, Coach. Obviously, we got these 6 guys in here, but we know that there's going to be a lot of different players that are going to be important for you all this season, and are going to be big contributors as well.
Yeah, we actually have the 3 juniors who were our district players last year: Deontay Bynum, Kai Bickham, and Jason Warren. They were selected as all district last year. They were only juniors this year. That means they were sophomores getting thrown to the wolves. Did a great job. You add those to this 6 senior crew. Demyron Smith, he's a youngster. He's only a sophomore. He's on varsity this year. And with the weapons and the firepower, well, of course, quarterback Elijah Montoya, he's with us. When you think about what we have depth-wise, it's really easy for us to run 12 a night and press all night. like the old days. Some of these people on the radio are going to hear this, that 32 minutes of pain. We are able to do that with this crew we have this year. Can't always promise that every year, but the kids are bought into that idea of being together, and it's not one, it's all. You hear Davion talking about he's more interested in creating for teammates than a stat line for himself individually. There's a 2-for-1 there. He's going to win, we're going to win, we're all going to win together. And I think that's what's going to help us with this crew that we have, especially the guys here and then the other guys we have that I mentioned that are not here tonight. We have a solid crew, and we have some experience. We have some high-level skill. And, I mean, you're sitting here with 6 seniors, and these are some dudes. Well, I got 3 district players sitting out there listening right now and had a great practice with us for yesterday and today. We're excited. So the younger crew, I'm going to talk about my JV and C team. We moved our C team coach up to JV this year, and then we brought in Coach Anderson, who was at the middle school for the last few years. We brought him up, so we've got a little coaching change there. But we've got we got a freshman on the JV this year. People might remember his dad, Mike Richards, from back in the day. Isaiah Richards will be on JV this year. We've got some returners coming back. Javier Williams, a little sophomore kid, he worked his backside off this summer with us and improved drastically in where he used to be from where he is now. Obviously, Christian Hicks was on JV last year. He's going to fill that role for us. But we got a point guard on there that's going to be on varsity as well with JV, and that's Marcus Bryant. He's only a sophomore. And even though he's helping out JV at the starting point guard role, he's going to be possibly in that 12, 13-man rotation on varsity this year. So excited about that. Freshmen, it's a C team, but right now we only have 1 sophomore. They're all freshmen. So, and then I can't forget about my man. I forgot one more varsity player, and that's on me. His name's Nico Stubblefield. He will be number 5. He stole JonHenry's number. JonHenry was lovingly giving that up. But he's Shawn's younger brother. Nico was a JV contributor last year. This year he's a major rotation guy with us. If injuries happen, he might even be a starter. We're praying that we don't have injuries. But Nico's he improved his game so much. And when I say his game, I'm not talking about basketball. He also improved his game off the court. Character, attitude, academics. Nico was a new guy when he came back from this summer into this school year. Really excited to have him on the varsity this year as a junior. So that's kind of where we're at as a program this year.
Okay. John, is excited to be on the same team as your brother here?
Yeah, it's just like back in Hawaii when we were balling like little kids. It's crazy to have him one more time, one last ride.
All right, that's cool. For your senior year, you get to be on the same team, so that's got to be fun. All right, cool. Coach, I mean, and talk about just what you saw from the tryouts and what you saw from the entire group of athletes. Because, I mean, it's, we obviously focus on varsity a lot, but, I mean, it's about building a program. It's about, keeping, when these 6 guys graduate, that you've got some guys coming up behind them.
Every coach would tell you that tryout week is always a tough week. We had a great group of kids out there that worked really hard for 2 days straight. And like we told them, the ones that obviously didn't make it, we try to give them words of encouragement and let them know, hey, you can always make it back next year. And we give them examples. There's kids in the program that are in the program today that were cut at one point in their time, and they worked hard and they came back and they made a team on the program and everything like that. So it was a great week of tryouts and everything like that. We were so excited to get started. And we see a lot of growth. Like Coach just said, it's not just on the court, but it's these kids individually. I think these seniors really want to try to leave that mark with these younger kids too, to let them know, like, hey, like when you work hard, good things can come of it. And we don't shy away from any one of our kids on the court. Like we tell them, hey, if you want to be a leader, step up and be a leader. Like we'll have our captains and things like that. But in my mind, whenever you're on the program, each one of the kids can be a captain. And I think that they all try to take that role and they embrace it. And like Coach said, we got a lot of guys that now have gotten to get to know each other a little bit more, and you can just see it. Like the practices of the first 2, we've had some really good practices. They've been intense. We got guys battling each other and stuff like that, and they're bumping each other, they're pushing them on the floor, diving for loose balls, and then at the end of the day, they're all hugging and saying, "Hey man, we'll get back at it tomorrow." Like that's what a program's about, and I think Coach Nee's done a great job of teaching these young men to embrace that. It's we all know that at some point in time in life that the ball's going to stop bouncing for us. But what we're trying to build with these young men is just good character kids, that whenever that ball does stop bouncing, that they're going to be successful in multiple things in life, whether it's work, being a husband, family member, whatever. Like they're going to be some great young men. And that's one of the best things about coaching, this sport and this town is because we filter in a lot of great kids, and they're doing it on and off the court, and we just can't be words can't express how proud we are of these guys, so we're excited, we're excited for these guys to get in there and show what they can do, and have fun while being the best. That's what we're going to try to do this year.
All right, excited for it. Christian, talk a little about what you enjoy about being a part of this team with these guys. I mean, what's your favorite part of getting to play basketball with this group of guys?
I like the energy, to be honest. Like, I feel like all our practices have been intense so far, and we're always like, even if someone makes a mistake, we pick them back up.
JonHenry, tell me a little bit about what you like about this group of guys. What's special about this basketball team? Because you played on a lot of hoop teams throughout the years. What do you like about this group?
Yeah, like Chris said, the energy. These last 2 practices have been great, and playing with Brett and D my whole life has really helped. So we have a lot of chemistry there. And then Zach on the soccer field, and these 2, it's like we've been playing forever. So yeah, I just like our bond as a team. So yeah.
Okay, very good. Davion, I mean, you've had a unique opportunity. Not many people get to play, in different high school teams throughout their career.
Yeah.
So getting to come back and be a part of this group. What do you like about this group of guys?
It feels good because I've known a lot of these guys throughout my whole life. Like JonHenry said, I've known him since day one, and I've known Brett since day one. Right away, me and Shawn clicked. Me and Christian, I have, Christian be getting me sometimes, and he's making me mad. But I like him too, and Zach too. Everybody here is a great athlete in their own way, and it feels good that it feels like we're a little family. These seniors feel like it's a little family, so it's good to have one last ride with them.
Yeah. Seems like Christian likes to give you a hard time. He had a big smile.
Yeah, Christian be getting at me sometimes. He like to make me mad. That's a swear.
Shawn, tell me a little bit about this group and the enjoyment that you get of being with them, whether it's at practice or road trips or going out and playing games.
It's just like family. Christian, played with them, freshman year. John, always just seen him around the halls, we kind of clicked last year. Davion, we clicked this year, just like that. Zach, been playing with him since middle school. Yeah. And Brett just clicked last year too. So it's just, everything's family, positive vibes, great energy, and a lot of competition.
Yeah. Zach, you obviously get to be a part of different teams, different sports throughout the year. What do you enjoy about this basketball group and be a part of these guys?
Yeah, kind of like Shawn was saying about the family. Like, last year was my first year playing, but everyone just took me in. I only really knew John from soccer and Shawn from middle school, so everyone just took me in and treated me like their own, basically.
Okay, very good. Brett, how about you? Obviously you've grown up with a lot of these guys, and you've been on this team maybe longer than any of them out there. So talk a little bit about this group and getting to play your final year with these guys.
I think it's honestly really exciting. All these guys I've played with for a while, John, D. I feel like I've known Chris for a while. I feel like I've known Shawn for a while. Zach, you get on my nerves sometimes, but Zach's definitely one of my favorites. Just this whole group is very intelligent, and it makes basketball fun to play. And I think we do have a really good family bond that makes it also, fun to play together.
All right. Coach, talk a little about what you think the strengths of this group are going to be on the court, and maybe even just overall what you like about this team going into this season.
Man, I'd probably spend 30 minutes bragging about all the things. And first of all, we have size, we have physicality, we have shooters, we have ball handlers. The entire team doesn't have an option, but we are all full of defenders. Taking charges and rebounds is a part of our culture. It's kind of my philosophy. I bring it everywhere I've coached, and these guys bought into that in year one and year two. I'll be honest with you. We know what our weaknesses are, and I'm not going to share that on the radio because I don't need anybody else hearing what that is. But there's not very many. When I talk about our strengths as a team, and you holistically look at all of our players, all 12 plus our JV swing, 13 players, pros and cons, and that pros list is long. Not just on the court, but off the court. And, of course, you hear the bonds. We talk about the family environment. We talk about that, but the work ethic. We talk about outwork everyone is the bedrock of our program. These guys bought into that, but it wasn't like I brought something new to them. These guys sitting in front of you already had that. So it was almost like a perfect fit, us coming together last year, and then this year going year two, their senior year, my second year here. We're all on the same page. It's outwork. Let's go not literally, but hypothetically, go punch them in the mouth, and let's get out with the W by doing the dirty work that nobody else wants to do. That's stopping them on defense, playing hard on attacking the ball on rebounds, taking those charges, getting those loose balls. I mean, when we talk about intense practices, you can only have an intense practice if your players are willing to buy into that. These guys it's already in their DNA. So I think that's what makes this unit, not just these seniors, but this entire crew, a special season this year on varsity, is we have a bunch of guys doing the same thing with a lot of talent, skill, and athleticism. It's going to be really hard to play us every night and not be fearful that you're going to lose.
Coach Bowman, something that I think has started to become a tradition. I mean, you've been a big part of this over the years. Tiger Madness has kind of had different forms, whether it was the alumni game or various things, and now it's turned into an intra-squad scrimmage with the girls involved now too. It's become a very cool thing to start off the Tiger basketball season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when I got back into Alamogordo and I started coaching and everything, it was funny because I didn't know a lot of the kids that were there for being away for so long, being in Wisconsin and then the Albuquerque, Rio Rancho area for a while. And when I came back, it's kind of one of those things where I kind of felt like some of that culture was getting lost, where like people didn't realize like what Tiger basketball was like. So that's kind of why I implemented the alumni games and stuff like that, just to kind of show some of these kids, this is what Tiger basketball used to look like. And also, I'm not going to lie, the younger kids always think that they can beat the old heads, but, that was never going to happen, Even, I know these kids are shaking their heads right now, but, if we had an alumni game again, it would be a wrap. Like, they already know that. But it was a fun time. It was a fun time, I always thought it was great just so kids can see some of the old guys that used to play and, how they used to do it. I mean, still to this day, everybody plays hard that I know that played for Tiger basketball, And, as it evolved and things like that, don't want to get injuries and things like that, so that's why we kind of took away the alumni game from it. But then, of course, COVID had a little bit to do with that, too. I mean, because we did alumni versus alumni for a little bit there, too, which was fun, just to get the guys back into the gym and have their family and friends go see them suit up in the Tiger uniform again. But, of course, COVID happened and we had to kind of revamp how we do it. So, Tiger Madness this weekend, it's going to be fun. I mean, it's a great way to promote the program for both the boys and girls basketball programs, promote these young men here to we want them to have fans in the stands, and we also want them to have little kids looking up to them saying like, man, I want to be like them one day. That's where it all starts, because when you start feeling that pride, you start feeling that joy of like what it looks like to be a Tiger, I feel like these young kids will start saying like, hey mom, dad, let's get a basketball because I want to do that one day. Like, there's nothing like playing in the Tiger pit. It's just a great feeling. And, I try to teach these kids a lot of times too, like, when you're a freshman, you come in, you're standing on that court for the first time. I tell all of them all the time, like, don't blink because it's going to go by quick. And then I think once they all become seniors, like, man, coach, you weren't lying. Like, now they're looking at playing in the Tiger pit for their last time, and it's a bittersweet thing. But, I think that's a great thing. I think with the traditions that we've had in the past, with Coach being part of those dynasties in the 90s, and, I won't call my group a dynasty, but, I mean, we did play in the pit for 3 years in a row, so we have our little bit of shine too. We've had a lot of great players that have come through Alamogordo, and, like these guys are saying, like, they want to be great players, but I think they want to be known as a great team, which is more important for sure. But, yeah, this weekend is going to be fun. We're going to have a couple little competitions that they're going to do against each other. We'll have some inter-squad scrimmages where coaches and I are going to do some really great reffing for the girls. And then the girls' coaches are going to do some really great reffing for us. We know that they will. Coach and I always have a little, animosity towards each other because we pick each other's teams and stuff like that. And, I'm trying to beat him this year. He beat me last year. So, I was giving him that, new guy welcome back home type of help, last year. So, this year I can't give him any breaks. So, but we'll do that. We're going to have some dunk competition, Davion keeps saying he's got something special for us. We'll see. We'll see. I've seen some stuff in practice where I'm like, hey, that would probably win a dunk contest. But, Zach, who I call Captain America over here, he might break the backboard, which we might have to go get a new backboard for a season start. But, he's got some power behind him, and Brett's kind of keeping it quiet. I think he's like, hey, I'm going to come after you guys, but you guys, I'm not going to share too much, So
I say Jason's probably another one.
Oh, yeah, Jason's been trying to, hype himself up, but then kind of keep it low key, too. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I think these guys are going to take that serious and have some fun with it. We're going to have some some great prizes to try to auction off and stuff. Oh, they're telling me Christian Surpris about to try to do it too.
No, stop.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen Christian Surpris in practice. He's actually kind of throwing it down kind of hard, So who knows? We'll see. You might have to talk to me and coach privately because I don't know if you can.
Power Dominique Wilkins kind of dunks you're gonna have.
Oh, he has. He has. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun. We want the kids to come out, have some fun, see these guys. Just intermingle with them a little bit if they can and things like that. We'll have some great prizes that we're gonna try to auction off for some people. We have some pretty cool stuff that I think people might like in the community, but it's gonna be a fun weekend. We're excited. We're ready to go.
All right, Brett, senior year. What's coming up for you after high school? Sports gonna be something you're gonna continue after, whether it's baseball or basketball.
Yeah. As of right now, I'm still kind of keeping it open. I think I got a good idea. I got offered a walk-on spot at Luna Community College up in Las Vegas, New Mexico. That it's closer to home and easier with in-state tuition, but also I have a couple offers from out of state in Kansas, Washington State, one in Arizona. So I'm just kind of playing my cards as it goes. I think I'm a major in business management for at least my first 2 years, and then find out what I really want to do after that.
Okay, very good. Excited about baseball coming up after basketball?
Yes, sir. It should be a good year for both sports.
Okay, we'll be excited to see you out there once again.
Yes, sir.
Zach, I feel like we know what you got coming up next. Do we know what you have coming up next, or what's going on with you?
I've been emailing a few coaches about track and soccer, just trying to look into that for the future, but that's pretty much what I'm going with right now.
Okay, do you know what you're going to want to do in college yet, or still working that one out?
I'm not sure what major yet.
Okay. And track and field, see you back out there in hurdles again this year?
Yep.
And high jump too, right? No?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably that as well? Okay. All right, Shawn, how about you, buddy? What's coming up next after high school?
I'm not sure about sports. I'm probably going to look into it in college, but I kind of want to be a pilot or do some computer engineering. Find a school for that. Louisiana Tech is something I got my eyes open for. There's a flight school in Florida that probably want to do too. Yeah, that's about it.
Awesome, very good. And we going to see any more sports after basketball? Is this going to be it for you?
You'll see me
here
and there. You'll probably see me here and there.
Do you know which sport it's going to be, or not sure yet?
Not sure yet.
Not sure yet. Okay, well, we'll look forward to seeing you out there. Davion, how about you? What's coming up for after high school?
Right now, my options are very open. I'm still, for basketball, it's nothing too serious because I'm still looking forward for track, for high jump. Definitely looking to get back because I was very unsatisfied with my state last year that I had. I took 4th, and it was not at all what I feel like I could have done. But this year, going back, I feel like me and Zach, there should be no reason why we don't both either take 1st or 1st and 2nd for sure.
So some good competition.
Yeah. It's always fun jumping with Zach because when everybody's out and it's literally just me and Zach, we just sit there and jump. And it's just continuous. And then once people start seeing, oh, they got 6'8", what? And then it starts to draw a little crowd. And then you just see these two people just jumping on high over this bar. And it's like, that's crazy. So I'm definitely looking to see either basketball or track for sure.
Okay, very good. JonHenry, I'm pretty sure we talked about this around soccer time, but have you got your plans ready for after high school?
Yeah, definitely go to college and study kinesiology and try to become a physical therapist. So that's my plan.
All right, and see you back out there in track and field again this spring?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if I'm doing hurdles.
Okay. But we'll see you in the relays.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
I'll say Coach Atkinson will certainly try to talk you into it, I'm sure.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. He just realized Coach might listen to it. Christian, what's going up for you after
sports-wise, Coach Cisco's been talking to me about sports, and I don't know right now. I'm still thinking about it. I would like to go to track. Maybe football, because football is fun. I don't know. I know I want to go to college and study archaeology so I can travel the world right now.
Okay, awesome. That's cool. And we'll see you back out there in track and field. What events are we going to see you out there this year?
I'm definitely doing long jump.
Okay.
I'm definitely beating Nate Chavez from Oregon Mountain this year.
Okay. You already got the ends of the goal already.
We've been talking.
Okay. Well, that's something I'll have to keep that in the back of my mind when track and field rolls around. All right. Well, we're getting ready, obviously, for the start of the season. Go to Deming on Tuesday. Got a tough matchup against Carlsbad on Saturday at home. Nice that you guys get that at home this year. So, but I mean, Coach, talk about the expectations for this group. I mean, the district's going to look a little bit different this year. Cruces won't, I'm sure, be quite as dominant as they have been in the last couple seasons. I'm sure they'll be very, very good. But maybe the district's a little more wide open than it had been.
Yeah, I last year was like everybody minus Cruces was just punching each other last year. This year, I truly believe the 3 top teams in district are Las Cruces, Oregon Mountain, and us. I truly do. I think Centennial will still be competitive, absolutely. Mayfield, yes. Deming is gone. I think Gaston will still be. They got a new coach as well, so there's a couple of coaches changes. Gaston's got a new coach. I think they're going to be competitive. Deming's gone. They went to 4A, but they returned everybody minus 2. And they have a new coach as well in their system. So our first game next Tuesday is not a cakewalk at all. Deming's going to be at home. They like to bring it when they're at home. I mean, their court's got Dooley's name on it. So, I mean, that's a special place. We know we have our hands full when we go to Deming next Tuesday. To piggyback off what you said about Carlsbad, last time, 2 times we played Carlsbad, they've been single-point losses for us. We met them in Artesia this summer. We had a 2-point game going with 3 minutes to go in the game. We ended up losing by 7. Time before that, last season, we played them over in Artesia. We had a 2-point lead going in the fourth quarter, and we lost by 7. Bowman and I really want to make 3 times the charm on us, not on them. And we'd like to go 2-0 after next week and get into Artesia. And we play Deming again first round. In that Artesia tournament. I'll be honest, expectations for the team is take 1 game at a time. We tackle every practice the way we need to, together and full effort. The season will take care of itself as long as we hashtag together, do it that way. We have our goals. We'd like to be in the top. We'd like to be in the district championship game, without a doubt. I think the top 3 in district go to state this year. We'd love to get a home game, and we'd like to get to the pit. I mean, who wouldn't? I think every team in the state's probably saying the same thing. Let's get to Pitt. But I really think with this crew and what we have as a player, as a unit, regardless of scheme and X's and O's, I'm not going to take any credit for that. These guys are doing the work. We're just helping guide them with that. I think with this crew and these 13 gentlemen on varsity this year, I think we have a good chance of doing just that. But I want them to keep it in perspective. Everybody's 0-0 right now. We have to earn it in practice. We've got to go earn it in the games. Let's let every week take care of itself and see what happens at the end of the season. But we will do it together.
All right. Looking forward to a great season, gentlemen. Really appreciate your time. Thanks for coming in. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Charles.